Well, despite a much different look this year, Super Bowl festivities continued in Tampa and all around the country this weekend. But large events like Super Bowl 55 attracted another type of crowd and activities to towns across the country, and in some cases, into people's own home. MTN's Keely Van Mittendorp spoke with human trafficking prevention advocacy leaders who work around the state and world to learn more about the dangers of digital traffickers.
It's the weekend football fans look forward to every year. From the commercials.
Did you steal my Cheetos?
And the food to, of course, the game.
It's Gronkowski!
The annual tradition has also been a time when athletes and human trafficking prevention advocates partner up to highlight the issue.
I've been working with the Human Trafficking Task Force down in Tampa and in the area. There's been over 500 online ads soliciting sex with minors for just that weekend already. We've already found over 200 undercover brothels in the Tampa area and around.
But sex trafficking isn't just a problem during the Super Bowl, and it's not just in large cities or prevalent in a single state.
When there's a huge party scene happening, you can guarantee that sex with minors is happening as well.
Data shows a growing number of kids and teens in all 50 states are being trafficked without ever leaving their bedroom.
The on-demand live streaming sex trafficking is on the rise, and that's what we're looking at here right now with this time of COVID.
Prevention advocates say as students spend more time online due to the pandemic, digital traffickers around the world are actively recruiting them for revenue on popular platforms.
13 and 14 years old, accessing Tinder and these online dating sites, and perpetrators are waiting there for them, literally waiting there for them.
A 2020 DHS report states emergency trafficking cases increased over 40% in the month following shelter-in-place orders compared to the previous month.
The traffickers right now are referring to COVID, this time where our children are online and just a massive amount of hours a day now. They're calling it the time of the harvest.
And as millions of adults continue to work from home, Bowker believes perpetrators are saturated in access to child sexual abuse materials, adding fuel to an already growing fire.
A lot of the people who are buying sex with kids already have a pornography addiction, and they're into pedophilia and child porn.
Data from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children shows a nearly 100% increase in online coercion of minors compared to the same period in 2019. Here at home, Montana officials also noticed an increase in illegal activity even before COVID hit. State officials told MTN News back in August they saw a 65.2% increase in human trafficking cases from 2018 to 2019, but officials also rescued more victims thanks to advancements in technology.
I anticipate that from 2019 to the end of 2020, those numbers are probably going to go up.
The pandemic hasn't stopped these predators either.
They're constantly finding new ways to tap into their victims' locations so that they're always in control of their lives, flying under the radar of unsuspecting parents.
There's secret apps that look like they could be a calculator, but really it's an app that they can talk to grown men on. Or women. Women are traffickers too.
Advocates say many victims don't realize they are unknowingly giving predators precious personal information.
The youth don't understand that when they tweet or when they're on Snapchat, you can see their location, even if their location services are off, and they can see if you're at two different houses. Maybe that's your friend and that's your parents' house, or maybe your parents are divorced.
After grooming their victims, perpetrators keep them hooked with threats, debt, and lies.
Your family doesn't love you. I'm the only one who's going to love you. And that love might not even be nice. He might be degrading her at the same time.
Sometimes all it takes to control a child is one compromising image.
Chances are your child has probably sent a naked picture of their body, and they're terrified for you to find that out.
If you don't do this or if you don't do that, I'm gonna make these pictures public. There are sites online where people bid for photos.
Solid Ground Outreach founders Chelsea and Nathan Lanfear told MTN News they're all too familiar with trafficking tactics.
I was trafficked. I was technically forced to launder money.
During that period, Chelsea says she feared for her life.
Having to watch her go through this was the scariest part for me.
Some days I would leave the house for a really long time and not come back because I was scared that someone would follow me home.
She's used her past to push forward and believes everything happens for a reason.
I was meant to be taken advantage of, and God was really teaching me a lesson and opening my eyes to what I am supposed to be doing in life.
In the few months they've been in Great Falls, Solid Ground Outreach is on its way to becoming a nonprofit. The couple has started awareness walks and aims to educate everyone about the dangers of digital exploitation, starting with their children.
All the ins and outs of sex trafficking, rape, abuse, everything. I don't sugarcoat anything for them, and I explain it to my children that it's something that could happen to them.
Advocates believe more parents need to talk with their kids about online predators and take an active role in monitoring who they're talking to.
If your kids have time for social media, you have time for social media. And if they don't have you on there as a friend, get on there. It's not about taking away your kids' privacy. It's about protecting their privacy. It's not about taking away their rights. It's protecting their rights. And it's about keeping them safe.
For parents who suspect their child could be a victim of digital trafficking, Bowker says being gentle is key and that it's okay to feel uncomfortable.
If something seems off, just start opening up the conversations of, hey, you know what? If something bad's going on, I can handle it. I might be mad for a minute, but I can handle it, and I will never leave you, or I will never judge you. And our children need to understand that we can handle it.
A father of 3 daughters, Lowell has fought for an end to human trafficking around the U.S. for over a decade. He says the Lifeguard Group in Missoula just received the keys to their latest project, a safe house to help even more rescued victims regain strength and, when they're ready, restart their lives.
It's been a dream of ours for a very long time. And so we acquired that property, and now the work starts.
While potential for exploitation and trafficking will only increase, advocates challenge communities to rise up and react.
They're out there on the internet without anybody looking out for their back, and we've got to start doing it. That's our duty. That's our job.
If you see something fishy going on, if you see something, say something.
No call is a wrong call. And you can look at that at both ways.
Reporting in Great Falls, Keely Van Mittendorp, MTN News.
Advocates say transparency builds trust. They encourage families to learn each other's passwords and find a common place to charge phones at night, away from any bedrooms. We'll have more information for parents posted on our website.